Yes, it recorded, and we are now recording once again. I would like to have a conversation with you regarding the Will Smith saga and the accents and the whole palaver for Viva Niger, because I feel like there are bankable African actors, or at least Africans, or at least actors that can do a better Nigerian accent, if there is such a thing, bearing in mind there's so many different languages and dialects, than for them to just take a black man and say, oh, here's a black man, let's just manage, and he's Will Smith and he's bankable and people will pay money to go and watch Will Smith, so therefore let's just use him. But you have a different opinion, so tell me what you think.
Okay, I have a different opinion because you have to look at it from different angles. First of all, you have to look at the business part of it, and the business part of it is, the business part of it is the Hollywood company or wherever the production company. If Will Smith is on their books, so if Will Smith is on their books, they won't go and take another actor from another Hollywood movie company to play their own movie, if you understand what I mean. So, for example, any of the it could be any of the movie companies. So, if let's use
Okay, but then how does
BBC.
that work? Because what you're trying to tell me is, oh, we already have a black man, so let's use the black man that we have. That's what this sounds like. It doesn't, because we have Will Smith on our books, we cannot go and get another black man from another company or from another agency to come and play a black man. Let's use the one that we have. That doesn't make any sense. Even if Will Smith is on their book, so if they needed a Russian actor, they would just take any white man in their books. Would they not go and get a Russian actor from another agency? Would they not cast rather?
But yeah, they will cast. Okay. Now, you've talked about the casting, which is very good. Now, they must cast David Oyelowo. They must cast all the Nigerian actors or Nigerian American-born African actors. But they might not play that role properly. And Will Smith did very well. If Will Smith, by merit, if Will Smith did very well, they should give it to Will Smith. Now, for me, it's not about who played that role. I'm happy that they're playing a role that they're trying to. For me, it's all about that. There's a Nigerian doctor who tried to highlight a problem in American football system.
And I agree with you. I agree with you that
for me,
let's celebrate. I'd never even heard of this doctor, so I didn't even know this story. So
I've never heard of the doctor, so I only have to read a story, which is all about which is about an American Nigerian American doctor who was asked to carry an autopsy on one of the NFL players. So he found that there is a problem. And he tried to highlight the problem to NFL management, but they turned it down. They kind of tried to sabotage his efforts. Okay, that's what we need to celebrate. Let's forget about who plays what, who plays this, who plays that. Let's even celebrate for the fact that what the man is trying to do is being highlighted in a major film. So if Will Smith, trust me, there will have been casting. Okay,
I agree.
And Will Smith might have done better than any other maybe Nigerian.
I don't think Will Smith could have acted a better Nigerian than David Oyelowo could, but I do agree from a business or a commercial point of view that Will Smith is one of the most bankable actors in the world. So if you have Will Smith headlining in the cinema and his name comes up in lights, people will go and watch it. And bear in mind that the people that watch Will Smith are a cross-section of people. They're not just Nigerians or not just black people. White people put down hard-earned cash to go and watch it. And there are many people who don't know a Nigerian different from a Senegalese, and they think every accent is the same accent. So here's Will Smith doing some sort of African accents or whatever. I remember watching what was the one about diamonds or something? That Blood Diamond. Yeah, I remember.
Blood Diamond.
Yeah, I
Blood
remember
Diamond.
watching the one about Blood Diamond, and there was a scene with the commotion and people running, and there was a guy who was supposed to be threatening some other guy, but he was actually threatening the other guy in Yoruba. So obviously they looked for someone like, just come speak an African language and sound like you are threatening somebody. Now, Blood Diamond was not set in Nigeria, and there's nobody in Blood Diamond that's meant to be Yoruba. But they picked an African. Oh yeah, that'll do. That's African. That's great. So yeah. You say that your Ugu Bugu language and make it sound authentic or whatever. So I get your point. I just think if there's criticism, then we should make criticism, and the criticism is the accent is horrible. That they're bringing it to light, yes. That they're telling our story, yes. That Will Smith agreed to do it, and Will Smith agreed to tell a story and put his name on something that has to do with a black man doing something
we
great.
Might not, okay, we might not have the access to information. Why they pick Will Smith? We might not have that information why they pick Will Smith. They might have done different things. Maybe they've gone to meet David Oyelowo and others. They might be shooting another film. Maybe their contracts that David Oyelowo has with another movie.
But all of that is speculation. You are saying maybe. All I know is they cast Will Smith, and Will Smith's accent was horrible. I take on board that the film needed to be acted and the story needed to be told. And I take on board that if you would have a black actor, then you will not go wrong with a name like Will Smith. But that should not stop us from saying, come, that accent, this guy no just try at all. We should be able to say that.
Also,
inside of our gratitude, thank you for acting our film. Thank you for saying something positive about a black man.
Okay, let me give you another example. Look at Mandela. Okay, the film Mandela. Who did they use?
I can't even remember.
Mandela. They used Idris.
Oh yeah.
Idris sounds like any South African.
Idris is what is in it, bruv.
So, thank you. Idris doesn't sound South African at all. But they use Idris. There is always a reason. Because I don't want people to, for me, I don't want Nigerians or Africans to be saying, oh, this is that, they should have done this. There is a reason behind, for me. Okay, for me as a photographer, okay, for me to photograph certain people or to include certain people in my exhibition, okay, there will be a thinking process of including certain people in the exhibition. Okay, for example, I included UK upcoming artists in the exhibition. Someone said, "Oh, what have they done?" Okay, yes, they have not done as much as what Flavor or they might not have done to that stage. A lot of people might not know their music, but they are UK artists. I'm a UK based photographer, and it will be very it'll be very bad of me not to include one or two UK Afrobeat, just to not just to promote UK Afrobeat to other audiences.
That there are motivations and there are reasons going on in the
reasons. There are reasons why they will have used Will Smith. And don't forget that Will Smith actually did. You remember his film? Is it Pursuit of Happiness?
Yeah, Pursuit of Happiness. Yes.
Pursuit of Happiness. That film is come of similar. And Will Smith is good on that kind of carrying out emotional.
That's true. I cried. I actually did cry.
He knows how to carry this emotional aspect of an actor out. He knows how to play that emotional. He can connect with the audience with this emotional acting, and those are one of the reasons that you have to think that why David Oyelowo might not have this emotional aspect to his acting. Also, other actors.
I see where you're coming from. Yeah, Nigerians are just all up in their feelings because we were all like, oh, we don't sound like that, but
No,
Other
there's
than the accent, every other
and
factor
there's a
that one
part
needs
of
to
it. There's
consider
a part of
was
it that he
good. Yeah.
actually really tried. He tried, for them, he will have gone through, they will have put him, he will have spoken to the man himself, he will
Mm,
have seen how the man talks, he will have
mm, mm,
been around the man. The man will have been will been included in the production itself. They say, does this sound right? Hollywood are not that stupid.
mm,
They are
mm,
money men.
mm,
They are money men.
mm, mm,
They think and say, there is. I'm sure if they come out and tell us the reason why they pick Will Smith, we will be shocked and say,
mm,
okay, okay. I'm not saying that they get it right that there is no that there is Benga. Benga did very well, but most of them, these guys, don't even sound Nigerians anymore. They sound American. Benga acted in 24.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot. Bigger acted in 24, and sometimes these guys too sound like American. They don't even sound African anymore. And I'm not trying to. I don't know what actor in Nigeria that will fit that purpose. And they try to, all this production is a huge production. They try to
Mm,
make their money back. We have to see it as a business. Why do some individuals, why do we go to like what do you call it, Zara and H&M to buy our goods? Like, this is normal individual Nigerians. Why do we go? Because we have money, we can afford it. Why do some people go to Arrows? Because we have the money, we can afford it.
mm,
Okay, and there's a reason why we go to Arrows. But if you have the money, you will not. I'm not trying to downgrade Primark,
mm.
but if you have the money, you will not go to Primark.
Which
Let's
is
call
fair
a
enough.
spade a spade. If you have, why do we, if you have the money, why do we wear all this Gucci? And because you have the money. If you
Yeah.
have the money, then you go. But you can't have the money and then decide to go to Primark and buy something. Yeah, you can go maybe once in a while. Maybe you find something. Oh, I like it, and you pick it. But you won't. If you mirror and match your pocket.
Okay, so you're saying if I can afford Will Smith, why should I go and get what's it called now? Why should I go and get a low rent actor to come and act a film, especially if I want the film to blow? If I want the film
Yeah.
to
Whether
yeah.
we like it or not, Will Smith is bankable. Even we, as soon as we
I
see
don't
Will Smith,
disagree.
every
I
one
don't.
of us will run to the cinema to watch it, whether he has whether he got the accents right or not. And don't forget that he's acting. Everything cannot be perfect.
I understand.
Everything cannot
And funny
be.
enough, I do agree with you. I do agree with you. I'm not arguing with you. I think if I were in their positions as somebody looking for my ROI, um,
Mhm.
looking for the return on my investment, looking for my money back, looking for the film to blow, looking for the fact that I'm not even going to get involved in any kind of contracts. Can you turn your television down just a little bit?
Oh, sorry.
If I'm going to be looking for that, I probably would cast Will Smith. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna get Babasuwe to come and act it. I'm just not in the bid of trying to sound as authentic as possible.
If
In the
we
bid of
all see, if we all see, if we all see, all this as a business, then we won't start going on
I
social media and
agree,
start
I
getting
agree.
upset.
But
It's all
if
about
an
business.
accent doesn't work, I'm not saying because of the accent they shouldn't have cast Will Smith. I'm just saying I didn't fancy his accent in that film. If I were a Hollywood big boss producer, if I had the money and someone brought the script and I felt like I wanted to bankroll this script or I wanted to be an investor, yes, and yes again, 100% I would cast Will Smith. And from the Nigerian point of view, again, I would say yes because I'm like, if you're going to tell our story, let it be told by somebody who has the loudest voice, as it were, i.e. the most bankable individual. So, all of this, I'm on board. I'm just saying, Why can't, if something is not good, it's not, and I'm saying the accent wasn't good, I should be allowed to say that without saying,
but
oh,
let's give
then
them
they
a
should have.
benefit of doubt that they will have done their casting because as far as I know, apart from if you have a contract, even if you have a contract like James Bond,
Mm,
there's a contract for that you have to as being James Bond. James
mm,
Bond, you have like Daniel Craig. He has
mm,
a contract, but before they gave him that contract, he will have done what we have been cast
yeah,
for that. So I believe, and I want to believe, and I believe that they didn't just pick Will Smith. They will have done their casting. They will
yeah.
have, don't forget that these people are there.
I
They
don't
don't
think
just
Will Smith is queuing up out in the corridor waiting to do an audition. I think when you get to that stage, they send you a
they will,
contract.
you will not queue up. They will invite you. Yes,
Yeah.
you will not queue up in the corridor. They will invite and say, we have this film. They will send them the script
Mm,
and they will have a meeting. So it won't look like a casting. Will Smith will probably sit down with his manager and they will just ask, "What do you feel about these things?" They will ask questions. So it's
mm,
not like the normal casting that we think that, oh, okay, people will queue up. They will probably invite Will Smith for a meeting. They will ask him a few questions. What do you feel about these movie? What do you feel about that? What do you feel
mm,
about this?
mm,
They
mm,
will ask questions. And
mm,
it's not just we can call it general casting, but they will
mm,
ask him questions. What do you feel about? It's from his answers they will feel okay. They'll probably ask, "What do you know about the doctor? What do you know about Nigeria?
mm.
What do you know about Africa? What do you know about African food? Wherever African sequence they're going
Or,
to have in the
or
film."
at least he'll go and then do his research and get into the into the role and get properly into before he decides if he wants
Yeah,
to do it.
and don't forget that they might even ask because for the in a way they're telling the doctor's story, so they will pass everything through the doctor. The
Yeah.
doctor will probably say, "Oh, we've cast Will Smith, we've cast this person, blah blah blah," and maybe the guy choose Will Smith. We don't know because they will have. It's like a battle.
I can imagine a Niger doctor saying, "Do you know who sounds like me? Let me tell you who sounds exactly like me. Is that young man they call Will Smith? Is the one
Will
who
Smith.
sounds like me."
I want Will Smith. Will Smith is my friend. I like Will Smith. Will Smith will play it very well. In Pursuit of, I watched his film,
Michael, you're so silly.
Pursuit of Happiness. I like the way his emotion. His emotion is good. No, I like that emotion. If you
I
like
like
that,
that emotion.
I like that emotion.
Come on.
That emotion is good. Will Smith. Nah, that brother David Oyelowo,
No, he
he doesn't
doesn't.
sound like America.
No, but now,
That
hello,
doesn't sound like
he doesn't
America.
sound like me. He doesn't sound like he has a lot of money. I like the one that sounds like he has a lot of money. That's who's
Yeah, it sounds like I don't like his emotion. His emotion is
his
not connecting to
emotion
me.
is quite poor.
His emotion is quite poor, my movie people, no, don't use that one. Use
You
use
say,
Will Smith.
you Fresh Prince is only to
Fresh
you.
Prince of Bel Air. I've known him since
Oh,
I'm his
you're
fan.
silly. Okay, I'm not doing it again.
I'm his fan.
Thank you so much for your
No,
time.
there's a lot of reasons that will go beyond. Look, sometimes we Nigerians we have this kind of attitude. Anything that doesn't favors us, we start going on social media and screaming and this blah 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 blah.
That's awesome.
No, we should before we start screaming. They're not stupid.
That's why
They're not
you came
stupid.
for me, innit? That's why you picked up your phone and called me and said, "I don't agree with that your Instagram post."
I don't agree with that Instagram post. It's true.
Yeah,
I do not agree with it.
I will put
we
this
have
recording out for the world. I will say that I've had a conversation with you. This is what you said, and we will ask people to give us their point of view.
Let's ask people their point of view, because for me, for my for my exhibition, I had to go through some thinking process. Why do I do this? Why do I do that? For example, like the Seun Kuti's image that everybody loves. I made a decision to fly to Nigeria to actually photograph Seun Kuti in his house. There's always there's always a thinking process in every production. It's not like, oh, I could as well photograph Shimkuti when it comes to London to perform, but that's not what I want. Probably people will probably think, Michael, you're stupid. You tell me you spend £800 for a ticket to Nigeria to photograph one person. Yeah, because I know the end product. We have to look at the end product. Do I remember that I spent £800? No, but now I'm happy that people appreciate that picture.
Yeah, I understand.
Job done.
I understand. Thank you very much for your time. I'm going to put it up. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us know your comments down below. Please tell us what you think. Do you think Will Smith was cast properly? Do you think you know someone else? Does your brother Shuaibu, is he very good at acting? Should he be talking to Hollywood right now? Or your brother Chikezie, is he somebody that you think could have done a better role? Let us know. Go to www.vivaniger.com and tell us what you think. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, Michael, come on, be going. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.